Kalechi and Obina had grown up side by side, their laughter echoing through the village like the rhythm of the drums. As boys, they chased each other along the riverbanks, wrestled in the dust, and shared roasted yams by the fire. To the villagers, they were inseparable, two sons of different mothers, but of one spirit. Yet, where Kalechi's heart was gentle and honest, Obina's was restless, hungering for more. When the chief announced that his daughter, Adana, would be given in marriage to the bravest hunter, the village erupted with excitement. Adana, her hair braided and adorned with cowrie shells, stood proudly beside her father. Though her gaze remained lowered, she stole glances at Kelechi, and those small glances did not escape Obina. That night, beneath the moon's silver gaze, the two friends set out into the dense forest. They walked shoulder to shoulder, spears in hand, the silence between them thick with unspoken rivalry. When the cry of an antelope split the air, Kelechi raised his spear, but lowered it again, nodding toward Obina. "Take it, my brother. Let the glory be yours." Obina's lips curled, but not with gratitude. As Kelechi turned away, Obina's spear sliced through the air. The iron tip tore into Kelechi's shoulder. He staggered, eyes wide with pain and betrayal. "Obina! Why?" he gasped. Obina's voice was cold as stone. "Because I will no longer walk behind you." And with that, he vanished into the shadows, leaving Kelechi bleeding on the forest floor. The forest grew still. The cicadas hushed. A cold wind swept through the trees, carrying whispers too old for mortal ears. Kelechi's body trembled, his vision blurred, and darkness threatened to swallow him. But then, out of the shadows, a glow appeared. A figure woven of leaves and moonlight, tall and graceful, with eyes like pools of water. A forest spirit, ancient and watchful, bent over the broken hunter. Its hand, cool as morning dew, touched his wound, and the bleeding slowed. "You are not yet finished, child of the earth," the spirit's voice murmured, like wind through branches. "Truth must walk back into the village. Rise, for your destiny is not to fall here." Strength surged through Kelechi's body, warmth spreading where pain had been. The spirit's form shimmered, then faded back into the trees, leaving only the echo of its words behind. Clutching his spear, Kelechi dragged himself upright. His steps were heavy, but his spirit burned brighter than before. By dawn, the village awoke to Obina's triumphant return. He carried the slain antelope across his shoulders, his face shining with false pride. The villagers cheered, praising his skill. Adana smiled faintly, but her eyes betrayed unease. Then a murmur swept through the crowd. At the edge of the square, Kelechi appeared. His tunic was torn, his body bloodied, but he stood tall, his spear planted firmly beside him. Gasps filled the air. Adana rushed to his side, her arms steadying him. Obina's face drained of color. The chief's booming voice silenced the crowd. "What trickery is this?" Kelechi lifted his chin despite the pain. His words were steady. "Obina left me to die." Shock rippled through the villagers. All eyes turned to Obina, whose trembling hands betrayed his guilt. The chief raised his staff high, eyes blazing. "You sought honor through betrayal, but you will have neither. The bond you have broken cannot be mended." Obina fell to his knees as whispers of anger spread among the people. Torches blazed, their flames casting long shadows across his bowed head. That evening, the village celebrated Kelechi's survival. Drums thundered, voices rose in song, and Adana stood proudly beside him, her hand resting gently in his. But away from the firelight, Obina was led into the darkness, his place among his people lost forever. And so it was remembered in the village that trust, once shattered, cannot be made whole again.